Boom! What is up, UGE fans?
What's up, guys?
Beautiful, beautiful summer day. We got a ton of stuff done in the garden. We thought it'd be fun to take you guys around for a quick summer garden update. We got a ton of stuff planted recently. Everything is doing fantastic, so we want to take you around, show you around today. Let you know all the cool stuff we have. She's especially excited because she's been doing so many freaking flowers. Every time I turn around, there's a new cup or a new thing or anything she can put a plant in. There's plants in.
Well, I'm better this year than I was last year.
That is true.
You gotta say
You had like 37 cups on the porch with little tiny flowers.
It just became unmanageable to have that many.
It's an addiction though.
It is an addiction.
It's an addiction.
But I'm managing it this year.
Also made sure you had tons of stuff to plant in
Yes.
this time.
Yeah, that's true.
So tons of room for your flowers.
Yes.
Anyway, I'll take you around. Let's go.
Let's go.
Good old homestead garden. If you remember last year, literally started with just this. Well, actually, no, we started with pots.
That's
Just a couple pots and a few seedlings, and went ahead and built this raised bed last year. And not too much going on here. Pulled everything. We had Swiss chard, we had turnips, carrots, did all kinds of stuff in there. We had a really, spring was good to us.
It was.
We had a really blessed harvest in the spring.
Snow peas.
Yeah, we chopped and dropped our snow peas. They are finished until maybe planting them again in fall. So we went ahead and chopped and dropped because you want to keep your soil covered and fed. But to replace them, I'm really excited about this. We have these cantaloupes that are doing awesome.
Yeah.
And I tried cantaloupes last year and cucumber beetle got them and I didn't get a chance. I'm not a huge fan of melons, but I really want to try a garden fresh, still warm melon. That is a dream for me. So these are actually going really good, super healthy. This is a transplant we got from Lowe's. It's like an Atlantis variety, and then that's a seedling that I planted. Then we got cucumbers coming up. Our little trellis here, we have a ton of cucumbers. These two are lemon cukes. Again, didn't get anything done last year because cucumber beetle got everything. But this right here is all brand spanking new. And I am excited about this. So we've got a couple bell peppers in our pots over here and one over there. Excited about those. We got.
I love this eggplant.
This eggplant is doing awesome. We have these in our new grow bags, which first time using this year. This year, probably gonna end up doing a video on those. So far, so good, right?
Yeah.
I really like them.
I really like them a lot.
And budget friendly.
They are.
Way cheaper than buying pots. It's crazy. So
you gotta spend a little on the soil.
You
but
do. You do have to do that.
Like, it's worth it because it's just so convenient and you can move it around so much easier than pots.
But we saved a little bit of money doing some garden soil mixes instead of just buying outright bags and stuff like that.
This saved us a ton of money.
This right here?
This saved us so much money.
I know. I have to say though, freaking red clay. So that was a chore to do.
That is our dirt. That is our dirt in our yard looks like. It's just red clay. Like show that pile of the rocks. That's
This is what came out of there. This crazy hard packed, no mixing, red clay, rocks, freaking roots. And I didn't rent a tiller. I did this all by hand. No broad forking, no nothing. I did it with a freaking shovel.
I can attest to that. He was out here, did this all by hand.
I know.
It's just amazing. He really is.
I bled and sweat for this, but I wanted it so bad. It's so worth it.
My legs are covered in ant bites.
I know.
So you're welcome.
I got bites too.
That's true.
I got bites. But what do we got going on here though? What's so exciting? So we've got 6. What?
We said that.
What? It's exciting.
What's going on here? It's so exciting.
It is exciting.
It is exciting.
This is our tomatoes. So if you remember last year, or if you're new actually, we went ahead and stuck with the Florida weave method to put up our tomatoes. It's probably the easiest way of trellising, in my opinion, is Florida weave or doing the same thing but using trellis netting or something like that. It's just a cakewalk. Cheap, you get string. 3 of these posts cost you $6-7 each, but they last you forever, and it's awesome. I went ahead and drilled holes with an auger bit, and I'm kind of doing my take on the Three Sisters kind of thing, where I'm interplanting. I've got pole beans. These little guys are starting to climb finally. Got my pole beans.
They're starting to climb.
Yeah.
Look at that.
They got the little spindlies going. And I actually have 2 here, 2 on the middle one, and I had 2 in the end, but the dog crushed one. So we got 1.
That's why we have this makeshift fence up, guys.
I know, we're gonna put.
That's why it looks a little messy right now.
Right.
We have to put up the fence still.
We still have to put up the fence. We're expanding because now we've gone from gardening to farming.
Yep.
We've got 2 yellow pear cherries. That's these big giant suckers right here. And I went with Early Girl variety, which
Johnny
is like
Seeds.
from
Early
Johnny
Girl.
Seeds, Early Girl. And so far, they're great.
Yeah, they look gorgeous.
And it's really cool. It's like the fan leaves are thicker and heavier, and they're really pretty.
Yeah.
I tried beefsteaks last year from just a cheap bag of seed, and they were just crappy. But these are wonderful. And
The yellow pears are starting to produce already.
I know we got flowers on them, so we're going to be getting some maters soon. I'm excited about that. And I interplanted marigolds. Marigolds, these are French marigolds. Marigolds are actually really cool because they produce a chemical that helps with predatory nematodes, which is awesome.
And also, like most animals, it deters a lot of animals.
It does, it does deter a lot of
pests in general.
pesty animals. They say it gets rid of snakes. I don't know. There hasn't been a ton of studies on that, but there have been actual like experiments and studies. So we do know it gets rid of a lot of the bad things in the soil, which is cool. So I actually interplanted it pretty much everywhere. And then we have the African marigolds here, which are like a taller variety, and they're yellow, which is they're actually really cool.
Yeah.
Big giant pom-poms. When the French, they just do the little tiny ones. And like I said, I mean, this is the Florida trellis method. Obviously, these 2 were kind of not sized enough. I did have a couple more, but they got eaten by slugs. So these are replacements. But these are doing fantastic. These are doing
really
absolutely
They've
good.
gotten huge. And
Right.
You just had to trellis some more because
I know. They're growing so fast. Literally, yeah, like she was saying,
in a day.
I literally put a couple more strings up because they went up like a foot in a day and a half. This one was actually interesting. I didn't think this one was going to make it. This is a pole bean, but it had a weird seed, and it was kind of like, wonky. But you know what?
He's gonna be okay.
It looks like it's going to be okay. It's a little engine that could, It's trying real hard. It's nice. And then, of course, like I said, I got 2 more pole beans. Really just testing out a lot of interplanting to try to get way more and way less space.
Hey, Cheese.
Oh, there's Cheese Cat.
Cheese kitty. Hey, Cheese kitty.
That cat is so bad. He's such a bad kitty. I know he's adorable, but you can't be fooled by his adorable face. He's
mischievous.
trouble. He's
Definitely trouble.
But he's doing me a favor, and he's keeping animals away right now. Which really should be his job, because he'd really make a good barn cat or something.
He likes to hunt.
Yeah, he does like to hunt. Troublemaker.
Gotta be careful with the birds.
We picked up this guy right here.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually have even more cucumbers going. I have a couple more replacements when those get old going. This is a yellow pear, and that's actually from Johnny's too. That's a hybrid slicer.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm really excited about that. That's supposed to be a really good variety. I don't know. We had a ton of rain, so they're very overwatered. So unfortunately, they're a little yellow. But I think, what are you doing?
All the cucumbers are really yellow. It must be the cheese.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh, cat butt.
Cat butt. And I really wanted one of those just in case, because a lot of people said these were not as good. The yellow pear, not yellow pear, lemon cuke. They don't taste as really all that good. It's more of a novelty.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I've never had them, so I can't tell you. But I got a regular.
Just in case.
We got replacements.
And what are the seedlings in there?
These 2 are hybrid slicers as well, because I don't think I have any more lemon cukes, and these are hybrid slicers as well.
Okay.
So
replacements.
I'm ready to rock. Yeah.
And the sweet alyssum in the middle is beautiful.
Oh yeah, I picked up this.
It smells so good.
Sweet alyssum, you do have to kind of plant it in a pot or plant it somewhere you want it to spread because it will go crazy. It's more of it grows like a weed, but this has been known to attract predatory wasps that attack the
tomato
hornworm. So we're interplanting some beneficial trap crop and things that will attract beneficial insects and predatory insects, even though it's a wasp and you're not happy about that. It's a nice wasp. It does a job, you know.
I mean,
it's okay.
Right. You're running it right now. And
I know. I have to put out powder. Yeah. I haven't gotten to that stage of the operation. It's still a mess right now.
I'm still me in my sleep.
I'm still trying to put in this other raised bed because I can't help myself. And so in this bed, this is my squash bed. So we've got squash and zucchini. These are crookneck, yellow crookneck, and just regular standard green machine zucchinis. And they're doing awesome. Yeah, see all the
fruit on them already.
So you got females going really nicely. 2 females on that, a bunch of male flowers. This is a hybrid yellow. Yep. That was ready to go, so I went ahead and Dixie hybrid. So I put that in the ground already. This is a zucchini, so I just did them. You know, oddly enough, the zucchinis are doing better this year than the squash, but they're doing awesome. Again, I am planting in clay that I did amend really well, but it's still clay holds water. That's the one benefit to clay is it holds water, and we got dumped on as soon as I planted these.
Yeah, literally. We got like, I don't know, we were supposed to get up to 2 inches of rain that night. Yeah. We got a lot, so I'm not sure.
So everything was overwatered for a few days, but it's starting to bounce back. That's the reason for some of this yellowing, but it's starting to go green again.
It is.
Which is awesome.
Right back up.
Oh, there's another female. Oh, this one. These 2, I went ahead and pollinated this morning.
By hand.
By hand. Well, I want to make sure the first couple that I get, you know what I mean? I can let the bugs do it.
Oh my gosh.
Which is actually pretty easy.
Wrong with that. And you're a farmer. You gotta.
I'm a farmer. I'll probably make some videos on how to do that. It's pretty easy. But I want to make sure that I get a few of these off the plant before I sort of just rely on the pollinators. That's a zucchini baby. Mm-hmm. And of course, I've also interplanted these guys, which I'll let Kate talk about a lot of that in a minute because she's got a bunch of those. I got her a bunch of seeds that are really cool. And over here, we got bush bean. So last year, beans did really well. I just didn't have a ton of plants, so we didn't have a ton of beans. I mean, we did on these, but the thing about bush beans is they all really come in really, really fast, and you can get them really fast, which I enjoy. Mm-hmm. But then you can really pick them maybe 2 or 3 more times. They just progressively get worse. So I planted a bunch.
Yeah.
About 10 plants. Mm-hmm. So I can get a ton of bush bean on here. And then once these are finished, I'm going to switch these out for something else. I haven't really decided yet. Probably fall crop. I'll start putting in my greens again and things like that, turnips. Try to plant it in this one. This was fully amendment, as you could see, because these are all mulched over. This is basically all of the amendments, so we have tons and tons of cool stuff in this, which we could talk about, make a video on that.
Yeah, we could make a video about that, how to amend the soil.
Because this one was perfect.
Yeah.
So far, anyway. This is the best one out of the 3.
Yeah.
And I like this, and I think I'm going to do it like this from now on because it is doing wonderfully. Yeah. In fact, beans, they don't really like to be transplanted at all. They're nitrogen fixers, so they do have to bond with a lot of the... Right, and they have to bond with the bacteria in the soil to start really pulling that nitrogen, and they don't really like to be messed with. But as you can see, they're all doing fantastic, so this worked out great. And of course, like I said, we've got Africans. We've got a couple more Frenchies that haven't flowered yet, but everything's doing good. This is the only one that was wonky. This is a weird one. This is one of those weird seeds that just comes up weird. Very tiny and kind of deformed.
Yeah, the one that threw out.
Yeah, I usually do, but sometimes I like to give them a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I want to give them a chance at their best life.
I know exactly what you mean.
This is actually really cool. This is something I might do a video on as well. This is a really cool sort of DIY, do-it-yourself, cheap compost bin. So if you're in a really small space, you don't need a ton of compost, but you want to use those kitchen scraps, not just throw them in the garbage, this is a really cool way to do it, and it works really well.
Yep.
Both for hot compost and
it really does
if
work well.
you're like us and you have freaking earthworms all over the place, you can do vermicompost. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then
it really works well for us. We just didn't make enough for
I know.
us. We needed a lot.
It is amazing. Well, yeah, and because we expanded so much, we needed so very much compost that I used it all.
You'd be surprised how much soil it takes to fill these beds. And
right.
Even these. When we amended the soil, it took multiple bags.
So it gets up there.
Yeah.
So there are some tips and tricks to make that cheaper we could talk about for sure.
Yeah.
And you got eggplant.
Yeah.
This one is a little bit slower, but it's doing good.
Yeah, excited
and
to
then
see that one.
a little pepper.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I actually want to try a bunch more types of sweet peppers because I really like those. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the hot ones. I do enjoy them, but they don't. So I'm not going to worry about that so much.
I don't like the super hot, but they're okay once in a while.
Yeah. So I might try to go with like eggplant or something, but the sweet peppers, there's so many cool varieties. These are just your basic, mixed bells. Nothing super special, but they did okay last season. They gave me a couple, but they didn't do really well. So this is my chance to try them again before I get a really good variety and see how they do. I think I planted them too late, to be honest. Right here in 7B, especially this year, we had a really, really tight spring. And then it pretty much just shot the summer.
Yeah, because it was just colder than normal.
I know. I'm super surprised they even got the crop out of the spring that we did. Yeah, but
it did heat up for a little while.
It did heat up and then got real cold and then heated up again. It was weird. It was really wonky.
Yeah, it was.
We're thankfully not getting a ton of rain right this very second. Give me a chance to really catch up and do a lot of this stuff and let this stuff dry up and get healthy. But honestly, I already want to extend these rows and do even more. This is bad. This is so much work. And by the time I got to the third one, I was pretty busted. I'm like, I don't want to do this again. But I'm looking at it now and I'm like, I want some more rows.
Oh my gosh, no. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's
going to be rough.
It is going to be rough. I don't know.
I'm down with it.
So because I was starting the rows, I didn't know how it was going to go. I still did some backup tomato plants. So I have a yellow pear cherry here and an early girl tomato here, which looks beautiful and it's starting to flower and everything. It's awesome.
Exciting.
Zucchini.
This is my favorite plant.
This is the best zucchini plant out of all of them for some reason.
How big? This is the size of my head.
The fan leaves are huge this season. And look, we got some zucchinis coming.
Yes.
Yep. And there's another one like over there. It's pretty cool.
It's awesome.
Which I'm surprised. This got so big so quick that it actually split, and I had to really get it covered to get it protected. We've got some dill, some of my favorite stuff here.
Yeah.
This was actually from last year's dill that went to seed. I saved it, and I planted a ton of it thinking, okay, there's no way. But it all came up. So we have a ton of dill. And it's a little bit sad from the sun, but it's doing pretty good. This is another crookneck, I believe. Yep. Early summer crookneck squash. Yep. Just your standard store-bought kind of deal.
And the drooping is totally normal, by the way. They do that during the day. For some reason, they get all droopy.
They get all sad, I know.
Or in the heat.
In the heat.
In the heat, they get all droopy and stuff, but then they perk back up. Like those were all droopy earlier.
I know. And because this is a concrete porch, it's like 10 degrees warmer in midday. It's pretty insane.
Deadhead that one.
And of course we have our basil. I love basil because caprese salad's like probably one of my most favorite things in the world.
I love it in the summertime.
So
it's amazing.
We got this purple, which is just a gorgeous variety. Flavor-wise, pretty good. It still tastes like basil, but it's just beautiful.
Yep.
And then we have your standard sweet.
And of course we wash the dirt and stuff off. So.
Yeah, of course. And then these are my chives. These are actually from last year. And they came back because they're pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
And I use these constantly. In fact, they're doing a lot better this year. And that's pretty much it for our vegetables. I'm so excited. We got so many plants. I have way more plants this year. We planted and seeded so much, but I just had to do it. I had to expand.
I know.
I don't know. And one thing I did want to make sure of is that we actually doubled up on our pollinators, which she was happy about. This one right there.
Oh, yeah.
Was very happy about your pollinators.
Yeah, I love pollinators. I do love pollinators.
Yeah, they are pretty good. They're useful.
They're important.
They are important.
I don't like getting stung by bees, but they're important.
I know you run away constantly.
Most bees aren't going to sting you.
No.
It's the yellow jackets.
It's the yellow jackets and
those
maybe a couple really
things.
annoying
Whatever
black wasp things. Yeah.
That keeps chasing
So what do we what do we have going on over here?
Okay, well, we have some these are teddy bear sunflowers.
Oh,
so these are like really pretty, like they get to be this variety I think can be between 24 and 48 inches, so 2 to 4 feet. And they're like big yellow pom-poms.
They're really cool, like soft,
I haven't
fluffy
seen them in person
pom-poms.
yet. I'm really excited, actually.
It's actually a really cool variety for like small space or pots or whatever because they get small.
Yes. Yeah, they're a dwarf variety.
They're a dwarf variety. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then we got some zinnias.
And are these the new seeds or these ones we kept from last year?
These are ones we kept. These were from the store, but they were organic.
Oh, nice.
And these are the cut and come again variety. So the more you, when the flowers are ready and you take them, the more flowers will grow.
I know.
So
we had a ton of good ones. We planted real late last year, so we didn't get a ton last year. But this year
we did get a ton last year. They were just all in the bed up front. So
a lot of people like interplant these in amongst like sunflowers and things and stuff like that.
Great for pollinators.
But you kind of never know what you're gonna get with these. They're all different colors, different shapes, different sizes. Like the flowers even come up different shapes.
Yeah,
so it's actually a really neat flower.
Yeah, they're really awesome. I don't know. I just get really excited about them. They're so pretty.
They are really pretty.
Sometimes they'll have like pink will have like green in the middle or something. Like you just never know what's gonna come out.
I know. You never know.
And they, like I said, have multiple heads that come out, multiple flower heads throughout the season. So.
And then, of course, you've got your petunias.
Oh, my beloved petunias! I grew this all from seeds, guys. By the way, I'm so proud of this.
No.
So this is my like masterpiece right here, my petunias. I saved some seeds from last year. Now I tried to grow these 3 times, and they kept getting eaten by slugs, by snails. I mean, I started since February, and finally I got some to grow, and it took a while, but it was worth it. Flowers I've learned, take longer to grow than vegetables, and it's a little bit harder to wait.
And we got started on them so late, too.
Yeah, you got to start early. I had to start later by default because of that.
Yeah, that's one benefit of having a greenhouse. More to come on that. But
yep. Here we have some more teddy bears, and we'll go up here to talk about these. Probably the first thing you notice when you look up here. This is a dwarf sunflower. That's what they look like when they're in full bloom. Very pretty.
Again, something really cool if you just want to have something in the pot.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's like perfect size.
That's like not even 20 inches tall, so that's awesome. Now here we have some more. These might be teddy bears. This one actually looks like a dwarf. I can see the petals. That looks like it might be a teddy bear. I don't know.
And this is one of your...
This is a cherry.
Cherry suns?
I believe so. A cherry sunflower. So it has the yellow with the...
multiple heads on them.
Yeah, I didn't take off the suckers.
Oh.
Those are the suckers.
That's cool.
I wanted to see if it would branch. Now this plant has been growing since probably February, but it started off as a really funny looking seed, and I was like, I just want to see what happens with that. And it ended up splitting almost immediately after it sprouted. Like, if you see the diameter on this thing, it's almost as wide as my finger. It's like wood. Like, this is like a tree almost. And this is, I don't know what kind of sunflower this is. I'm guessing it's probably a chocolate.
Right, we're thinking that it could be, if it's not just the chocolate, it might have been a
hybrid of some kind.
A hybrid between the cherries and the chocolate.
Yes.
Or the Italian whites, I mean.
Yeah, or the Italian whites. And down here, it looks like an orange zinnia, or yellow zinnia, and a pink zinnia.
Oh, yeah. We kind of put those pretty much everywhere. Watch out for
the grill. And these are dwarf zinnias. So these, I call them dwarf zinnias. I'm not sure what they're exactly called, but they're seeds I saved from last year's zinnias we had, and they were shorter. And those were the only ones that grew, so I saved those. It'll be interesting to see what colors we get. This is an Italian white sunflower. It's kind of small, but I decided to save it anyways. This is a mammoth sunflower. This thing is going to be like 10 feet
Gigantic.
tall, possibly. We'll
This
see.
is the one you took out of the bird seed?
Yes, but the seed was like this big. It was
Oh my
huge. I was
gosh.
like, oh my gosh, this is the biggest sunflower seed. But I have more petunias growing here in front, so hopefully they'll like flow over the top like here.
I know that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Told you, these were everywhere last year. Those teeny little cups of flowers growing everywhere.
Petunias, yeah, but I had them growing in the front garden everywhere. So this is my pride and joy. Okay, I had a ton of random viola, pansy. I didn't even know what they were, seeds I had saved from the year before, and I just had a mixture, and I planted them in like a small seed tray. And I just took all the plots, like they were all really tiny little plants, and I just put them in this pot, and they didn't even fill the whole pot. And I was like, oh, I expected maybe a couple of flowers. I didn't expect much, and it just exploded, and it's gorgeous, and I love it.
It's your favorite. She's
It's my favorite
forever
thing.
taking photos and with little videos and stuff with this.
I know, and I should post them. I just haven't. But I'm always pruning it, so like, I'm obsessed.
Collecting seeds.
There's
again.
always new colors, like every day there's a new color, so it's just really exciting. And they're different patterns, like these ones. I don't know, they're just all beautiful. And some like purple, really purple, and some really blue. I don't know.
They're pretty
some
cool.
branch. I don't know. There's pure white ones. They're all different ones.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty neat. Definitely saving seeds again this year.
Okay.
And then, of course, we got some baby petunias for the front garden. And these pansies are really old, so we overwintered these, and
Yeah.
we didn't really take care of them or do anything. Earlier in the season, before it got hot, they actually were gorgeous.
I know.
They were overflowing with flowers, like just a couple weeks ago.
So we actually
But-
picked these up last year around like in the fall, and I had read online that these were actually technically perennial and you could just keep them. So we used the greenhouse we have and overwintered them. And I was like, I don't know, we'll see. And they came back.
They were gorgeous.
They were
And
amazing.
when they bloomed, they were just, it was a
Right.
mound of flowers. It was gorgeous.
So this was my labor of love last year. Oh yeah, the dahlias.
Yeah.
This was the moss garden, and went ahead and we were able to finish it out. Still, I want to expand it, so honestly, I'm probably going to keep going and growing it. But we put some new things because you started the snapdragons.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that spider web. That's crazy. That's unfortunate.
Oh my gosh, look at all the lilies.
So we had
Oh my goodness,
know.
they're beautiful. Oh my
really,
gosh, I didn't see these.
I know.
They're gorgeous.
They're way better than they were last year.
Wow.
There's some cool white ones. These are Asiatic lilies. I actually want to add some Orientals. The Oriental ones are the ones that have the speckles on a lot more speckles on the petals.
These are gorgeous. Oh my gosh, they multiplied by like
It's
a lot.
pretty cool, I know.
My favorite are the blood red ones.
The deep red ones.
Yeah, those are gorgeous.
So we added, so we ended
I
up
grew
doing,
these from seed.
I know,
And these.
these are actually really cool because at the end they put off these like things that explode with like seed in them and stuff like that. So we collected a bunch and they turned out really cool.
Something happened to these, but
They might need to be watered.
no, they look like
I don't know.
jumped in there.
Maybe.
I don't know, but wait, there's
Yeah.
a lot more coming. So
Squirrels and the rabbits and stuff probably.
They're
But this
beautiful,
actually
though.
came out really well, and of course we still have more of these coming up too.
those were self-seeding. That was from the
I
seeds
know.
from last year. It's a pot from last
Yeah,
year.
those are volunteer snapdragons, so
Yep.
those are going to come up. We ended up getting a different color New Guinea impatient. We ended up getting the oranges and the orange whites.
Yep.
These was some of our favorite from last year.
Yeah, we love the impatience.
And then we got regular impatients that actually look way better this year than they did last year.
yeah,
And-
they do. Those are supposed to mound up too. Like remember
know.
last year how it looked?
Yeah, it's
All
going to be
mounded
really,
up.
really cool.
Those lilies are breathtaking.
I know they are.
They're gorgeous.
They're pretty amazing, aren't they? They're way, by a large margin, way better than last year.
Wow. The blood red ones
I know.
are so beautiful.
And these didn't actually bloom yet, so those are going to be coming in. It's going to be really cool.
Wow.
And then we have the set that's back there too that are going to bloom. It's going to be amazing. Of course, the bee balm, lemon balm, and regular mint, chocolate mint, and my thyme all came back from last year, so that's good. And then we have daylilies coming up here, so this is going to be really, really cool. And then, of course, we have our sad little Charlie Brown tea olive that was almost completely dead when we started, and now it's, look at it, it's actually doing really good.
It had nothing before.
It had nothing. It was bare branches. I did some pruning, did some work, and it's actually becoming a tree again. Look at that.
Yep. We definitely need to get up here and do some weeding and picking some leaves out. And
I know.
The moss is dying, so we probably need to water.
I've been doing so much work back there that I haven't been able to come up here and take care of this. And the moss will turn this sort of yellowy color though. Like, it's fine, it's still alive. But as soon as it gets wet, it's beautiful green color. It's amazing. But yeah, definitely need water. Dahlias here. And beautiful. These are the ones we had, the climbing dahlias last year. But these are a really, really cool variety. So I decided to put those in there. And the mint. This is regular sweet mint and chocolate mint. It smells so good.
It smells like a Girl Scout cookie.
Yeah, like that mint?
Yeah.
So good. And they're supposed to have some really cool flowers. They didn't flower last year, so I'm hoping that they do. Bee balm and lemon balm are great for like anxiety and stuff like that, so I want to make some tea out of it this year.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
And I'm happy about my thyme.
Yeah, the thyme came back.
No. We had a bunch of irises and things too. Oops, there's a weed. But they actually, because we had sort of a freak spring real early in the middle of winter, they all came up and then they died as soon as it went back to being cold. So
yeah,
kind of a bummer.
It got really warm and we got all excited and we started doing stuff. And
yeah.
Boom, back to winter. And then
back to winter.
And then we had a cold spring, so
I know.
Sad. That's a really cool spider web. Sorry.
It's really cool. This is my absolute favorite so far.
Yes. And it's been a little neglected.
I gotta pick these flower heads.
Yeah.
This is my absolute favorite. This is absolutely packed with.
It's a teddy bear.
Oh, there's the teddy.
It's a teddy bear. That's what it looks like.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
it's beautiful.
That's really cool.
I love
It's
it.
gonna have a bunch of heads on it too. That's awesome.
Oh, that's a really cool. That might be my new favorite. The other dwarf died back.
Yeah, it's finished.
Huh.
So we gotta pick those heads soon.
Yep.
So in this, we had, what do we have in this? Jonquils and tulips and things. Once they died back, I chopped and dropped them. You can kind of see a little bit of that left here. Chopped and dropped them in. And we have pansies in here. They're doing really awesome. There are mums in here from last year that are really cool. And we have another little tiny bush dahlia right there.
Yeah, bush dahlia. And of course all the sunflowers,
In there.
marigolds. And then we have
some more little African marigolds.
Oh yeah, some little ones.
And then little zinnias, they're all flowering.
Zinnias are starting to flower. There's an orange one.
Pinks and
I don't remember
oranges.
seeing an orange one before. That's
I
pretty.
don't remember. That is pretty cool. So as soon as
This is like multi-head.
I know, it's awesome.
It's gonna be enormous. Oh my gosh.
And as soon as these start to finish yellowing off, these are all going to get cut back, and we'll put some more flowers in there. But probably end up putting a lot more cosmos and things in here.
Yeah. We got a pink zinnia here.
And these are all
Some stuff.
your Italian
White
whites.
sunflowers.
We had these in here last year, and they were amazing.
They were. Dude,
So-
it looks like the aphids are getting them though, so I gotta.
Yeah, unfortunately around here we do have an aphid issue. Simple matter to take care of aphids,
Show
but
what they look
like you really do have to take care of them when you do see them. But yeah,
gross.
that right there, those are aphids.
Ugh.
They're pretty easy to take care of though. These guys right
Big
here,
one.
those freaking ants.
Is that a big one?
Huh? No, that's probably something else. The ants actually farm them because the aphids, they suck all the juice out of the leaves and then they poop and then the ants eat it. It's called honeydew, and they'll eat
Ooh.
it. So the ants will actually farm them. So we have kind of a problem with that around here.
Look, there's an ant right there. That's the whole, there's the problem right there.
So we try to keep a little bit of neem oil on everything, and it's
The problem is these don't like neem oil, so.
the sunflowers don't like them very much. But
Uh-oh.
when you do see them, it's a simple matter of just spraying them off with a hose, to be honest. It's not that difficult. By the time they get back up, they're dead.
Yeah.
You just have to keep your eye on it, because if you don't and you miss it, then you end up with bad leaf curl like that, and it sucks, you know?
Can kill the whole plant.
Can kill the whole plant if you're not careful. That happened a lot last year too, you know.
Not so much up here,
We
which I'm really surprised.
did like have a lot of whitefly, and we don't this year.
Yeah, and we have a lot of ants this year. We have
Yeah.
way more ants than we did last year.
My dad was telling me he has having serious problems with whitefly this year. But
Really?
I haven't seen them.
strange.
I haven't seen them at all. They were on everything last year.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy.
that is crazy.
I don't know. But these, I'm so proud of these.
I know.
I'm proud of all this. I mean, we put in a ton of work and ended up coming out to be absolutely gorgeous. And there's still more to come, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And some of our best work. And that means probably even next season, it's going to be even better. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, we're gonna keep you guys updated with all the new flowers that come in and stuff. I'm so
it's really
excited.
cool.
Then we're gonna be planting some more, and I'm just really excited.
Oh, that's it for the video, guys. Super proud of the garden. We put a ton of hours
Me too.
into this. It's funny, it started as just simply Grams wanted a container garden, and then I kind of was interested, considering the prices of everything going up and
Yeah.
how hard it was to get certain things. Maybe we should grow some food.
Yeah.
And I got the itch, and it just really grew from there. So who knows?
And I
man?
started growing flowers,
I
and I couldn't
know.
stop because it was exciting.
I know. So we're really building a little market farm here. It's pretty cool. Who knows? Maybe we'll find us at farmers market selling vegetables
Maybe.
and flowers and cut flowers.
Who
and
knows
stuff.
where this journey will take us?
It's just crazy what you can do if you just take some time, do a little research. And I gotta be honest, spending some time outside and just doing a little bit of just manual labor like this, it really just does the body good. I mean,
does.
it's stress reliever, everything, and not to mention you get the benefit of some really beautiful stuff being around and
Vitamin D.
wonderful aromas and vitamin D, which is mega important, and you know, the benefit of just working real hard and getting some good vegetables and that you can cook with. And by the way, guys, some of the most delicious stuff you'd eat. I'm not a big fan of carrots, but I tell you what, the ones that I grew,
Oh my gosh.
they were delicious. It doesn't even compare. It is just insane.
You can't just say if you've only tried something from the store, you can't
Yeah.
say you dislike it.
It doesn't even
gotta
compare.
Yeah, it doesn't compare.
It's just crazy. I don't know. I'm getting off tangent here, but honestly, I really like doing this, and it's really a lot of fun. And I
Me
think
too.
we've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations over last year, and it'd be cool to like show you guys how to do a lot of this stuff we figured out
Yeah.
over the like last 2 years.
Got bright, so.
And the sun really got bright. But it's worth it. It's worth it to get out there, and it'd be cool if we can share with you guys some stuff, especially if you're in an area like this on freaking red clay and you're just trying to figure out how to get it done. We have some awesome ways to get around it because we're having some tons and tons of produce coming out of this garden right now.
Yep.
And it's saving money. It's been awesome. So definitely, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you have any cool ideas you want us to try, any varieties you'd like us to try, or
Yeah.
you can't figure some things out, comment below. We'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can't do a video show you how things are done. And
That'd be fun.
hopefully you can get out there and do some cool stuff like we are.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get out
Just
of here.
do it, guys.
Yeah, just do
Easy.
it. It's definitely worth it.
It's so worth it.
So we're gonna get out of here. I'm getting sunburned. You're getting tan. I'm getting sunburned.
It's hot.
My peoples don't freaking like hot sun. I'm freaking Irish and French and Scottish and everything else. We like cloudy raininess. She's getting tan. I'm getting burnt. Much love to y'all guys as always. Stay strong.
Stay blessed.
Stay freaking savage.
Little guns.
Oh,
Big guns. Love
Some
you
love.
guys. Peace. God bless.
God bless. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. You're so funny. Why are you so funny?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. So cute. Just make cheese videos, make $1 million.